to the Five Guys Pokemon League. I am Charlie, captain of the Toxboxers. I'm here with Jules, captain of the Go-Goats.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
And we have this battle for you today between Jameson and the Gladiators versus Taylor and Teamfight Tactics. Now, this is a, just like player-wise, this is a pretty fun matchup this week because we have Jamie, who has started 2-0 this season, really good start, versus the defending champion, Taylor, who is, I believe, 1-1 right now. Lost to Jack and then beat Ryan last week. So, Taylor's maybe looking to get some momentum back, and Jamie's looking to keep this undefeated start going.
Yeah, and it's exciting for Jamie because last season he was trending up. I think he made playoffs last season or narrowly missed them.
Yeah, I think he narrowly missed it. I think he got eliminated in the last week. But he was definitely in the playoff hunt the whole season.
And this season having such a strong start is really exciting for like the parity of the league in general, and it's hard not to cheer for Jamie, basically.
Yeah, for sure, especially just because he's gotten so much better as a player over the past couple seasons too. But if we want to talk about new players doing well, Taylor won the league in his first season.
He kind of got that under his belt. But as far as the matchup goes, the first thing I noticed when I was looking at this is like how bad Urshifu Rapid Strike's matchup is here. It is got to be one of the worst, because if you look at its dual stab, it gets resisted by 4 of the 6 Pokemon on Taylor's team, and these Pokemon also either are like super like bulky or decently bulky, so they won't, the Urshifu isn't getting through anyway, or it's Bruxish which will threaten it out. So
yeah, it definitely has some merit if you can predict properly. Maybe hitting I think he gets a knockoff, maybe hitting a knockoff on the Bruxish, or close combat on Ferrothorn, maybe a Stone Edge for Charizard or a Araquanid. But the problem is if you predict wrong, you are forced out and your opponent just gets a free move. Or you click Surging Strikes and Rocky Helmet Ferrothorn comes in and just shreds you. So it's a really tough matchup for Urshifu this battle. But what doesn't have a tough matchup this battle is ZOROARK. On the flip side of this, ZOROARK gets really good coverage into this matchup. It gets Sludge Bomb for Finny, it gets Flamethrower for Ferrothorn, and of course Stab Dark Pulse, and outspeeds Bruxish. So if Bruxish is not the Scarf set and is instead like a Swords Dance set, maybe ZOROARK might be able to come in disguised as something else and just real quick outspeed Bruxish and take it down with a Dark Pulse.
And even if it is scarfed, it has to be careful when it ever wants to click Psychic Fangs, because if ZOROARK's in, or if ZOROARK will switch in after, it just gets a free Nasty Plot or whatever. So
yeah, exactly. It's going to be really tough to play with the Scarf Bruxish around a disguised Dark type. That's about maybe the worst matchup you can think of for a Scarfed Bruxish. But yeah. So ZOROARK's looking really good this battle. But on the flip side, a Pokemon that's looking really solid on Taylor's team is this Mega Charizard X. Because a lot of Jamie's walls are weak to, in fact, all of Jamie's walls, other than Snorlax, are weak to Mega Charizard X's coverage. Because once it gets the Dragon Dance up, a Flare Blitz is going to be doing a ton of damage to Mega Steelix. It might even OHKO, I'm not sure. Mega Steelix has a ton of defense, but a Tough Claws boosted +1 stab Flare Blitz is going to be doing at least 2-shotting, regardless. And then a Outrage for Snorlax, or a Earthquake for Turtonator, and this Charizard could be the Teamfight Tactics key to breaking through some of Jamie's bulkier Pokemon this battle.
yeah, and usually against Dragon Dance sweepers, the counter against their Dragon Stab is a Fairy type, but Jamie doesn't have a Fairy type. His main counter is Mega Steelix, so once that Mega Steelix gets chipped down, there's a potential just outrage going through every single Pokemon on Jamie's team, so he has to be really careful of that for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely got to keep this Mega Steelix alive just to check that outrage, because while Steelix is up, Taylor can't really click outrage, because even if he gets a KO on something, Steelix is just going to come in, take 20 to 30% of its HP, and then it's just going to one-shot it with an Earthquake. So if he can get through Mega Steelix with a Flare Blitz, or with something else, maybe with Finny or Bruxish, it's going to be maybe a little bit tougher for Jamie to deal with this Charizard. But, we'll see what happens, and I think we can get into the battle. All right, we see a Steelix lead into the Mienshao. So we'll see if he stays in or just, yeah, there we go, immediately switches out into the Rotom. There's a fake out on Mienshao, which is interesting. It's not a Scarf set then. It's probably maybe the more classic Assault Vest set on Mienshao that you'll see on ladder a lot in tiers where it's usable. And wow, a crit discharge and paralyze. Wow. Now, at this point, I did ask Jameson after the battle why he wasn't using Air Slash here, and I think he just forgot that it was super effective against grass. I'm pretty sure that was what happened here, but either way, these discharges are dealing a lot of damage, and if he doesn't KO Ferrothorn, you know, these Leech Seeds are going to put in a lot of work. He's still going to do a decent amount of damage. And there we see a Pain Split actually on Rotom, and then the paralysis from the Ferrothorn. So Rotom's going to be recovering some HP here too. It's not just Ferrothorn.
Yeah, Jamie's got to calculate this correctly with the special attack raises to try to knock this out here. Because, I mean, even getting chip on the Ferrothorn is huge because of the Urshifu matchup we mentioned earlier, so... And we see a Nasty Plot trying to predict the Protect. He doesn't quite do that, but the Protect does beat the Pain Split here. And we'll see if maybe Taylor goes for the second Protect, or he just goes for something else, and he probably just went for a Power Whip here if I were to guess. Yep, still does a decent chunk of damage. And it puts it within range of 3 Leech Seeds, so we're probably going to see a Protect right here. Maybe Jamie goes for the last Nasty Plot. Nope, he just goes for the Discharge, probably a safer play. And he is 1 turn away from dying to the Leech Seed, so we'll see what he does. The Protect fails. Maybe a smart decision right there, as he goes for another Pain Split. And just keeping this Rotom alive. You'd wonder if he maybe want to switch out into like Turtonator or something here, but he's able to get a discharge going there as Ferrothorn actually gets paralyzed. Huge.
Yeah, that's massive.
Well, if he's not able to stabilize with a Protect.
Yeah, now Jameson's probably just able to spam just discharge here, and unless Ferrothorn gets a second Protect in a row, which is very possible. He just goes for Pain Split.
He goes for the Pain Split.
I maybe would have gone for another Discharge there, just guarantee the KO on Ferrothorn. I think he was maybe expecting it to heal for a little bit more than it actually did, but either way, getting Ferrothorn to about 40% with paralysis is, you know, a really good showing for the, what is it, 1-pointer that's Rotom Heat. So definitely not a bad showing for Rotom at all. And there's the Turtonator coming in, probably gonna Rapid Spin here. Oh, it looks like it's actually, you know what? I should have
known that.
Should have known from the Stealth Rock. Yeah. I believe that was actually maybe mentioned during the battle. The Stealth Rock's not doing enough damage, which is maybe why Taylor stayed in there with the Mienshao, knowing that ZOROARK can't really hit it with much of anything. And here we see the Mienshao U-turn out, and Araquanid comes in and just eats up the Surging Strikes from Urshifu. Looks like he's maybe not either he's banded or he's maybe not carrying Stone Edge on the Urshifu, because he does switch out off of the Araquanid as it's able to get webs up. But this Snorlax, considering that it is so especially bulky and also resists Mega Charizard's stab in Flare Blitz, it could be tough for Taylor to get through this battle. But Jameson comes out with Frustration into what looks to be a physically defensive Finny. And
yeah, that has to be pretty bulky to take that +1 Frustration from Snorlax.
Yeah, Snorlax. Well, a lot of times this Snorlax is also not invested in physical attack. A lot of times it's special defense. Yeah. But it does look like, oh, that's an unfortunate miss there. Yeah, but it does look like it is Whirlpool Nature's Madness Finny, which is going to be really good towards chipping down this Snorlax. I mean, we can see that probably did more damage than any one attack is going to actually do to a Snorlax, but it's able to finish it off with the Frustrations. I love Snorlax. It was one of my best Pokemon last season. I love Snorlax so much.
Yeah, you used it really well and it really showed how scary it is. But no, here Taylor's actually able to counter with the Mienshao. Now that the Rotom's dead, the Mienshao kind of shreds this whole team. So Jameson has to, find an answer, and he might hear half special defense?
Yeah, no, it looks like it is Shell Smash on Turtonator. I would have thought this was a spinner, especially seeing that this Araquanid's got webs, and you're going to probably see rocks or spikes out of Ferrothorn, but it does pick up a KO on Ferrothorn right there, so maybe this was the right decision. I wouldn't be surprised if he was carrying Rapid Spin on it anyway, but if he's running the usual set, it's probably going to be Fire Blast, Draco Meteor, Scorching Sand. And it doesn't look like he's got spin, and the Mienshao is able to just come in and click close combat on it.
Yeah, good play by Taylor there, avoiding the KO on Mienshao by switching out using the Regenerator effectively. Oh, but Urshifu still didn't work. Gets the Aqua Jet here.
Yep, that's always a threat to watch out for with Urshifu. And he switches into Steelix, maybe predicting the Scarf. What's it called? Scarf Psychic Fangs.
Did you see how much damage that Stealth Rock?
Yeah, I did. And he goes for another Swords Dance, maybe not confident that he can beat Steelix, and takes a Dark Pulse from ZOROARK. He apparently did not catch the Stealth Rock damage, and ZOROARK is able to beat it and flinches the Araquanid. And that might just do it right here. Even if it doesn't OHKO the Charizard, which it probably won't, just considering Charizard's faster, you know. But
yeah.
It'll take a Flare Blitz here. Charizard's gonna take some chip, but I don't know what Charizard's going to do at this point, because even if the Flare Blitz does OHKO Mega Steelix, it's going to be taking a ton of recoil damage. And I don't even know if the Flare Blitz can OHKO it. It can't. There's that recoil damage, and here's the Earthquake to finish it off. So the ZOROARK switch-in disguised as the Steelix brings this one home for Jameson, who advances to 3-0 on the season.
Yeah, super exciting finish to that battle. I mean, Taylor played it really well, avoided the Turtonator sweep, but all it took was one little Stealth Rock miss. You know, miss the Stealth Rock damage. That's how precisely you have to play around ZOROARK. So, that's super exciting for Jamie. Obviously, you know, huge upset, as you said, so...
yeah, but a great battle. Really well played by Jameson. He played around those sticky webs really, really well. Was able to use his ZOROARK to the fullest. I did tell him after the battle to maybe start running heavy-duty boots on ZOROARK, so your opponent doesn't catch that as well. But I mean, he played it pretty much perfectly this battle, and he brought home the win.
Yeah, super exciting. Could have gone either way for sure.
Yeah, it was a great battle. But anyway, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like, subscribe. You know, anything helps the channel grow. And yeah, we'll see you next battle.
Have a good day.